My friends, I'll give you an update on the Martin guitar with the loose binding, show you that status. I have a visitor coming into the shop and I think he's going to build another guitar. I'll tell you about that. And I'll share a short video clip with the electric company replacing a pole so that we can get fiber optic service here at the farm. I'll tell you all about all of that right after this. Hello my friends, Jerry Rosa here in the Rosa String Works Workshop. It is Wednesday, December 28th. We had a pretty darn good jam at Dickey's Barbecue last night. In fact, we had a visitor last night who is a viewer of the channel, apparently a longtime viewer. I had not met him before. His name is Tim Hall. So Tim, thanks for coming last night. We appreciate it. Unfortunately, I think I might have gave you the wrong phone number to text me that photo and I didn't get the photo. So I think that was my fault. Just old age is all I can tell you. But anyway, Tim, thanks for showing up. We appreciate it. I mentioned I'd show you the status of this Martin guitar. I have glued both back pieces on here. They've set overnight. So let's just take a look at the back and see what it looks like. One of them should be clean. The other one will probably have some glue smear on it, which I should be able to clean up. But let's just take this off as we speak and see what it looks like. Well, not too bad. They both look real good right now. That's, basically overnight, so, maybe 18 hours. Feels pretty good. Well, I'll be honest, I can feel this one right here a little bit. And I can feel this one just a little bit too. Maybe I can clean that up, that feel a little bit. It looks like it's glued pretty well. I normally guarantee everything I do 100%. Something like this, not so much, because it's on a relatively new Martin guitar. I didn't create this problem. It's either something in the manufacturing process or it's this type of binding. I'm kind of leaning toward it's this type of binding, and we're going to have to find ways to keep this binding on guitars if we're going to keep using this newer PVC type binding. Anyway, I'm going to heat up these other two off camera and get them wrapped up today and glued and let it set overnight again, and I'll show you what it looks like tomorrow. I mentioned we're going to have a visitor coming into the shop and he's going to try to build a guitar. That would be my brother Scott again, and you've seen him on the channel before and you saw the guitar that I built for him. He's just wanting to build another one for himself. It's just one of those things that us Rosas like to do. We just like to do stuff like that with our hands. I think it's just kind of a family history. It's always been that way. Anyway, he's going to be in here in the next day or two, I'm sure, and I think he's going to stay roughly a week and try to get most of his guitar done in that time. And I'll be giving you little snippet updates on that as that progresses. And then lastly, I told you I'd give you a little clip of a video showing how they replace this pole. Replacing poles here is a little bit more complicated than just in the city as a typical process, I guess, because we're real hilly here and real rocky too, so they have to drill through the rocks and stuff, and they have to everything's on a big hillside, so it's hard to get around. And they only replaced one pole yesterday. I think they have a total of 4 to replace. They left the other poles here, so I know they're going to be back. I think they're waiting for some of the snow to get off because it's pretty slick, on these steep hills. Well, anyway, here's the clip. Take a look at that. As you can see, the boys are here. These are subcontractors for Gasco Sage to replace the poles. There's a large pole over here on the ground that they're getting ready to put in place, and it will take the place of this pole over here that's already standing. I think they're getting ready to pull that pole out of the ground. They've got the wires disconnected. Well, hope you enjoyed a look at the pole replacement there. I just wanted to give you one more update. My cousin Vicky, who has the epileptic son, Patrick, sent me a note via Facebook last night, and they received the check, and they are extremely happy. And they can't believe that people would send that kind of a donation to strangers. I didn't tell her this, but there's nobody stranger than me, and you all sent it to me, so... Anyway, I just want to say thank you very much. I'm sure I'll be reading a letter from her. She said she was going to be sending one, and she wanted me to read it to you all. So thank you very kindly for your part in that. I'm just hoping that it will help them in some way. We'll see you tomorrow. Thank you so much for tuning in.